In the year 2157, Earth teetered on the brink of environmental collapse. Pollution choked the skies, seas rose relentlessly, and once bountiful lands lay barren. Humanity, though technologically advanced, was plagued by internal strife. Economic disparity, political unrest, and social fragmentation were the order of the day. Above this beleaguered planet, the vast expanse of space housed an interstellar community. The Varnathians, an alien species of immense technological prowess, dominated numerous star systems. Their empire stretched across the galaxy, a testament to their superiority and ambition. They viewed themselves as the ultimate species, destined to rule. Captain Sarah Mitchell stood on the bridge of the Earth Defense Force's flagship, the ESS Resolute. She was a formidable leader, known for her unyielding determination and tactical brilliance. Her mission, to protect humanity from the Varnathians. Her crew, a blend of the best humanity had to offer, shared her resolve. In a hidden laboratory deep within Earth's last standing research complex, Dr. Julian Black toiled away. A prodigy and visionary, Black was humanity's best hope. He worked on experimental technology that could potentially turn the tide of the conflict. His dedication to his work was matched only by his hope for a future where humanity could stand as equals in the galaxy. Far across the stars, Admiral Xanter surveyed his fleet with a smug satisfaction. He had little respect for humans, seeing them as nothing more than primitive beings playing with toys. Xanter's condescending nature was well known among the Varnathians, who shared his disdain for Earth's inhabitants. Lieutenant Jaxer, however, was different. Young and thoughtful, Jaxer had started to question the blanket contempt his race held for humans. He watched them closely, intrigued by their resilience and creativity in the face of overwhelming odds. The conflict had begun a decade earlier when the Varnathians discovered Earth. Initial contact was peaceful, filled with promises of cooperation and shared knowledge. However, it quickly soured when the Varnathians assessed humanity's military capabilities. Their advanced sensors and weapons systems found human defenses laughably primitive. The mockery began subtly, with the Varnathians offering advice on weapon design, but it soon escalated to outright hostility. Now Earth was on the brink of defeat. Varnathian ships, sleek and deadly, dominated the skies. Their soldiers, clad in impenetrable armor, wreaked havoc on human cities. The Varnathians broadcast their superiority across all channels, their derision a constant reminder of humanity's perceived inferiority. Captain Mitchell knew their chances were slim. The Earth Defense Force had suffered numerous defeats, and morale was at an all-time low. Yet she refused to give up. Her tactical mind raced, searching for any advantage, any weakness in the Varnathian approach that could be exploited. In the lab, Dr. Black's work was progressing. He had discovered a dormant feature in Earth's existing technology, something overlooked for centuries. This safety, once unlocked, could revolutionize their defense capabilities. Early tests were promising but fraught with danger. The technology was volatile, and failure could mean disaster. As battles raged and losses mounted, the resolve of Earth's defenders only hardened. They continued to push back, each skirmish teaching them more about their enemy. The Varnathians, confident in their superiority, began to show signs of overconfidence. Their mocking broadcasts continued, but there was a growing sense of unease among their ranks. One such battle took place in the asteroid belt beyond Mars. Captain Mitchell led a squadron of fighters against a Varnathian patrol. The engagement was brutal and swift. Human ships were outclassed, their weapons barely scratching the alien hulls. Yet, amidst the chaos, Mitchell saw an opportunity. She ordered her ships to execute a risky maneuver, leveraging the asteroid field to their advantage. It was a partial success. They inflicted some damage, but lost many pilots in the process. Admiral Xanter watched the footage with a mix of amusement and irritation. These humans were persistent, if nothing else. His disdain for them grew with each encounter, yet he couldn't deny their tenacity. Lieutenant Jaxer, stationed on one of the Varnathian vessels, couldn't help but admire the humans' bravery. He began to question the narrative of their inferiority. They were, after all, fighting against overwhelming odds with a spirit that was hard to ignore. Dr. Black's research reached a critical point. He gathered his team, sharing the breakthrough that could alter their fate. The room buzzed with cautious optimism. This technology, if successful, would unlock a new level of defense capability. They named it the Guardian Protocol. Captain Mitchell received word of the breakthrough. She ordered an immediate deployment of the new technology. It was a gamble, but there was no other choice. The Varnathians were preparing for a final assault on Earth, one that humanity could not withstand without a miracle. As the Varnathian fleet approached, their confidence was palpable. They expected an easy victory, a final demonstration of their superiority. But humanity had a surprise in store. The Guardian Protocol activated. Earth's defenses, previously inadequate, suddenly roared to life. New energy shields deflected Varnathian lasers, and advanced targeting systems allowed human weapons to strike with unprecedented precision. The Varnathians, caught off guard, faced a resistance they had not anticipated. Admiral Xanter, watching from his command ship, felt the first pangs of doubt. He ordered his forces to regroup, but it was too late. The tide was turning. On the ground, Captain Mitchell led a counteroffensive. Equipped with new weapons and armor, Earth soldiers pushed back the invaders. The Varnathians, for the first time, found themselves on the defensive. Lieutenant Jaxer, witnessing the battle unfold, realized the truth. Humanity was not primitive. They were resilient, resourceful, and capable of extraordinary things when pushed to the brink. His respect for them grew, even as his loyalty to his own people wavered. The battle ended with the Varnathians retreating, their ships limping away from Earth's now formidable defenses. It was a victory, but one that came at a great cost. The cities lay in ruins, and countless lives had been lost. But humanity had proven its worth. In the aftermath, Earth began to rebuild. Dr. Black's Guardian Protocol had changed everything. It was a new era, one where humanity could stand tall among the stars. Captain Mitchell, though weary, looked forward to the future. She knew there would be more battles, more challenges, but humanity was ready. Admiral Xanter, nursing his wounded pride, pondered the future. The humans had surprised him, and he would not underestimate them again. Lieutenant Jaxer, now deeply conflicted, wondered if there was a path to peace between their species. Humanity's first encounter with the Varnathians in space was a harsh awakening. The ESS Resolute and its fleet were ambushed near Jupiter, their weapons firing futilely against the alien ships. Varnathian vessels, sleek and advanced, danced around the human ships, systematically dismantling their defenses. The entire event was broadcasted live, with Varnathian commentary mocking human efforts. It was more than a defeat, it was a psychological blow intended to demoralize humanity. The aftermath was devastating. Alien propaganda flooded Earth's communication networks, depicting human weapons as laughably outdated. Videos of alien soldiers effortlessly deflecting human attacks spread rapidly, causing widespread fear and despair. The Varnathians used every opportunity to showcase their technological superiority, ridiculing human attempts at defense. Small-scale skirmishes became common. In each encounter, human forces were overpowered, their tactics outmatched. Alien soldiers took great pleasure in openly mocking human weaponry, often toying with their opponents before delivering the final blow. These humiliations further eroded the morale of Earth's defenders. On Earth, the political and social fabric was unraveling. Continuous military defeats sparked fierce debates among leaders. Accusations flew, and trust in the government waned. Riots broke out in major cities as people lost hope. The societal unrest compounded the already dire situation, making it increasingly difficult for leaders to present a united front. Desperate times called for desperate measures. Experimental technologies, previously deemed too dangerous, were hastily deployed. One such device, a high-energy particle cannon, was used in a last-ditch effort to repel a Varnathian assault. The cannon malfunctioned, resulting in a catastrophic explosion that devastated an entire human battalion. The Varnathians broadcasted the failure, their scornful laughter echoing across the channels. Dr. Julian Black, isolated in his lab, watched the events unfold with a heavy heart. His secret project, codenamed Guardian, had shown promise but remained unstable. He knew that the key to humanity's survival lay in unlocking the full potential of their existing technology. The concept of unlocking the safety was more than just a metaphor. It was the discovery of a dormant feature within their tech that had gone unnoticed for centuries. The early tests of the Guardian protocol were fraught with challenges. The technology was volatile, prone to sudden power surges and unpredictable behavior. Dr. Black and his team worked around the clock, refining the system, running simulations, and conducting controlled tests. Each success brought a glimmer of hope, but the risks were ever present. Finally, a breakthrough came. During a critical test, the Guardian protocol stabilized. Energy shields that could deflect Varnathian lasers, advanced targeting systems that could penetrate their armor, and communication networks that were impervious to alien hacking, it was all possible. The team's joy was tempered by the understanding that deployment would be fraught with danger. Captain Sarah Mitchell received the news with a mix of relief and apprehension. She knew they had no choice but to deploy the Guardian protocol. The Varnathians were preparing for another large-scale assault, one that humanity couldn't withstand with their current capabilities. The protocol was their last hope. As the Varnathian fleet approached, confident in their impending victory, Earth's defenders prepared for what seemed like a final stand. The alien ships descended upon Earth's orbit, ready to deliver the coup de grace. But this time, humanity was ready. The Guardian protocol activated just as the first wave of Varnathian lasers hit. Energy shields absorbed the impact, and advanced weapons systems retaliated with unprecedented precision. The Varnathians, caught off guard, found their ships taking damage for the first time. Panic spread through their ranks as human defenses, once laughable, now posed a genuine threat. Admiral Xanter, watching from his command ship, could not believe his eyes. The humans had somehow turned the tide. He ordered a retreat, but the damage was done. For the first time, the Varnathians had tasted defeat at the hands of those they deemed inferior. On the ground, Captain Mitchell led a counteroffensive. Human soldiers, equipped with new weapons and armor, fought back with renewed vigor. Alien soldiers, who once mocked their opponents, now faced a formidable resistance. The shift in power dynamics was palpable, and the aliens, unprepared for such a turn of events, began to falter. Lieutenant Jaxer, witnessing the battle from his post, felt a surge of respect for the humans. Their resilience and ingenuity were undeniable. As he observed their counteroffensive, he began to question the long-held beliefs of his people. Perhaps there was more to these humans than met the eye. The battle ended with a significant victory for humanity. The Varnathians retreated, their ships damaged, their pride wounded. Earth's defenders stood victorious, their spirits lifted. Dr. Black's Guardian protocol had changed the course of the war, offering a glimmer of hope in a time of despair. As humanity celebrated, they remained aware of the challenges ahead. The war was far from over, but they had proven that they were not to be underestimated. The Guardian protocol was their beacon of resilience, a symbol of their capacity to adapt and overcome. In the aftermath, Earth began to rebuild. The political and social turmoil slowly began to subside as people rallied behind their newfound strength. Captain Mitchell, though weary, remained vigilant, knowing that the Varnathians would return. Dr. Black continued to refine the Guardian protocol, aware that their survival depended on staying one step ahead. Captain Sarah Mitchell gathered her senior officers in the command center of the SS Resolute. The room buzzed with the intensity of their discussion, holographic displays showing detailed plans and projections. They were preparing for what could be the defining battle of the war. The newly unlocked Guardian protocol had to be deployed flawlessly. Every move was scrutinized, every possible outcome considered. Dr. Julian Black stood at the front, explaining the final adjustments to the Guardian protocol. His face, usually pale from hours in the lab, now carried a determined glint. "This is our best chance. The protocol's energy shields and targeting systems will give us the edge we need," he said, pointing to a schematic on the display. The officers nodded, their faces a mix of hope and steely resolve. The Varnathian fleet approached Earth with the confidence of a predator. Admiral Xanter, seated in his command chair, exuded arrogance. He was certain this battle would crush the human resistance once and for all. Lieutenant Jaxer, however, watched the preparations with a sense of unease. He couldn't shake the admiration he had felt for humanity's spirit in previous encounters. As the Varnathian ships entered Earth's orbit, Captain Mitchell issued the final orders. All units prepare for deployment. This is it, people. Let's show them what we're made of. The Resolute's engines roared to life, and the fleet moved into position. Dr. Black activated the Guardian Protocol, and the energy shield shimmered into existence, a protective cocoon around each ship. The battle began with a ferocity that left no room for hesitation. Varnathian lasers pounded against the human fleet, but this time, the energy shields absorbed the impact. Human ships retaliated with newfound precision, their targeting systems locking on to alien vessels with unerring accuracy. The Varnathians, expecting an easy victory, were caught off guard. Captain Mitchell maneuvered the Resolute into the thick of the fight, leading by example. She issued rapid commands, her voice steady and clear. Focus fire on their command ship. We take out Xanter, and the rest will follow. Her crew responded with practiced efficiency, each action a testament to their training and determination. On the ground, human soldiers equipped with advanced armor and weapons engaged the alien invaders. The new technology gave them a fighting chance, and they pressed their advantage. Urban warfare raged through the ruins of cities, each block a contested territory. The alien soldiers, who had once mocked human efforts, now found themselves facing a formidable resistance. Admiral Xanter watched the battle unfold on his display, his expression turning from confidence to shock. How are they doing this? He muttered, gripping the arms of his chair. His fleet was taking damage, something he had not anticipated. The realization that he had underestimated humanity struck him hard. Lieutenant Jaxer, on the bridge of a nearby ship, felt a strange mix of emotions. Part of him wanted to cheer for the humans, to see them triumph against the odds. But his loyalty to his people held him back. He could only watch as the humans fought with a resilience that defied expectation. The climax of the battle came as the Resolute targeted Xanter's command ship. Captain Mitchell's tactical brilliance shone through as she exploited a weakness in the enemy formation. The Guardian Protocol's advanced targeting system pinpointed critical points on the Varnathian ship. Fire everything we've got, she ordered. The barrage of firepower tore through the alien vessel's defenses, causing a chain reaction that left the command ship crippled. Xanter's ship exploded in a brilliant flash, the shockwave rippling through the battlefield. The remaining Varnathian ships, now leaderless and demoralized, began to retreat. Human forces pursued them, driving them back and securing the area around Earth. On the ground, the human soldiers pushed the alien invaders out of the cities. The streets, once filled with the sounds of battle, began to fall silent. The cost had been high, but humanity had held its ground.